It's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Igal Treibatch. Welcome to the show, Igal.
Thank you.
We're going to talk water.
We are.
You
Yes.
are a farmer in
Yes.
Madera County.
Right.
You've been farming for a couple of weeks, like 30-some years, you said.
About 30 years, yes.
And the whole water policy throughout the Central Valley has changed a lot during that time. But at this time, we got a lot of stuff going on, don't we?
Right, and it continuously will change.
Right.
The government is actually going to be presenting us with what I consider some draconian rules and regulations as to how water can be used. And working together, we can compete, okay, with what we had before.
Right.
I think that in the past, people were using water in different ways. Technology had brought us forward.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to improve even more than that. The government is going to restrict how much water can be used, and that's going to affect the economy of the state.
Now, Igal, is this restriction, is this in agriculture, or is this across the board? Private citizens?
I think across the board.
Okay.
There are going to be rules that are going to affect agriculture in particular,
Right.
In the valley, in a way that will equate to the amount of water that you can take out of the ground.
Right.
Will depend on the ability of the aquifer to replenish itself. And in southeast Madera County, that potential will force you to potentially follow 50% of your land that you have right now, which is going to break a lot of people.
It's going to be, we're talking the Central Valley here, and agriculture is our life's blood. I mean, with all the other stuff that's going on.
Exactly.
If you're having to fallow 50% of the agricultural land, not only does that, obviously it hurts the farmer, but it hurts the whole economy of the area.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people may go broke.
Yeah.
A lot of families that have been farming for 100 years or more.
That's not a good thing.
No, it's not. The thing is that in order to find solutions,
Right.
We tried different things, and one of the things that we tried to think about is, okay, so the government is going to tell us how much water we can use,
Right.
Which means we have to find water.
Right.
So the way I think about it is, we as business people, whether it's individuals or companies, invest money in order to get returns.
Right.
Okay, so the thoughts that I would like to bring forth is for us to spend money on recharging and allowing the government, or have the government allow us credit for some of the water that we're able to save.
Okay.
Or reintroduce into the aquifers. So we came up with one particular method.
We've got some ideas, huh?
Yes, one particular method that we are now actually running tests on.
Yeah.
We're drilling wells, holes 3 foot wide, going down to 75 feet, filling it with a perforated pipe in the middle, and we fill the hole with crushed rock.
Okay.
We have dug several of these wells,
Right.
and we're actually in the middle of some tests right now.
Let me see if I get this. We drill these holes.
Yes.
We put perforated pipe in there. We put crushed rock in there.
Right.
And so then when it rains, like we got going
Exactly,
on now,
exactly.
instead of having the water just run off into the drains or whatever, we can collect it. We can get it back into the aquifer.
Okay, so when you have runoff, you also have flooding areas.
Right.
And particularly in southeast Madera, the undulating area creates a lot of flooding zones.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and if you can put some of these dry wells in flooding zones, you'll just suck up the water. And I'll give you an example of what we're finding right now. We've now tested several wells, and we are able to allow water to flow in without pressure
Right.
at the rate of about 650 gallons a minute.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yes, that will allow. When you're looking at the picture, in 24 hours, you're going to be able to put in enough water to farm 1 acre for a year.
No kidding.
In 24 hours.
Okay.
So one of the things I also represent, SEMCU, it's a nonprofit
Right.
that's working with the community on water issues. And we, for instance, are out there asking the government to give us a grant
Now,
of
I
$1
wanna
million.
stop- I want to stop you right there.
Sure.
Because this was a question that was on my mind. How is the government responding to the work and the research you're doing? You know, are you getting positive feedback, or are they just kind of saying, "Well, we'll wait and see," or are they actively helping?
Okay, the government in Sacramento doesn't know about it because I've not talked to them. We're working locally with the Farm Bureau and other people in the area, and these tests that we're conducting are conducted with the help of engineering.
Right.
Provost and Pritchard. Also, we are able to measure the amount of water going in. So we have a pipe of water coming in that has a water meter on it, and at zero pressure, meaning just a regular flow. We are adjusting how much water we can put into the well without it overflowing. So we're finding that we can put in these wells approximately 650 gallons a minute.
That's awesome.
It's incredible.
Now, how long have you been doing this now?
For about almost 4 years.
About 4 years. So you got a little bit of research or time behind you.
Yes. Well, through SEMCU, the nonprofit, we offer the community of Madera Ranchos free wells, free dry wells. We have installed about 90 of them in the past 3 years.
Wow.
At no cost to the citizens through our nonprofit.
Right.
And through that experience, we've realized that it is creating a sieve will allow a lot of that water to just go in and recharge the ground. And based on that, we started with the county of Madera, along with the supervisors, their water people, the engineering company. We needed to create the science, so we can prove that it works and financially viable. Okay, so if we were to get our grant that we're asking for, $1 million, we would be able to drill 400 such dry wells, which means that in a 24-hour...
I was going to say it, 650 gallons a minute.
Well, it turns into 1,150 acre-feet every 24 hours.
That's awesome.
That's huge. So hopefully the government, through Department of Water and Resources, will approve our request for the grant.
Well, I hope
but
so.
aside from that, what is important for individuals to invest and get paid for their investment. How do they get paid? We're not looking to get money back. We want credit through water.
Okay.
So if we're able to prove that we're putting in 1,000 acre-feet of water into the ground, we would like to get a portion of it as credit towards what we are allowed to use during the year. So if they are allowing us to use only 1 acre-foot of water, but we're able to sink other water, we can supplement that water that we're allowed to use.
That works. I like that.
So a return for your investment is what I'm looking for from the government.
Right, and this is for agriculture, mainly agriculture.
Well, it doesn't necessarily just have to be in agriculture. It can also be with any kind of development.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean,
that's right. Given the housing and stuff that's going
absolutely.
on, they all draw.
Absolutely. And when you have a development, you have hard surfaces.
Yeah.
The water then goes where?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can channel that water into such dry wells. Okay, recharge, and if you can get credit for that water, it's a win-win situation.
Sounds great. Okay, how do we get a hold of you if we're interested in this?
You can get a hold of me through SEMCU.
Okay.
SEMCU.com.
How to spell it?
SEMCU. .com.
Okay.
Through that website, you'll be able to get a hold of me.
Igal, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for bringing. I like this idea. I want you to come back periodically and give us an update.
Sure.
I want to know how the government's doing.
Very
Because
good.
if they're not doing well, let's give them some grief, okay?
Very good.
Okay, thanks again.
You're welcome.
This is an important issue, something that you can get involved with. SEMCU.com. You see them, and I'll be back in a minute.